Hi everyone, welcome to class today. My name's Jessie. We are doing a lunchtime yoga flow today. What does that mean? It means this class is pretty much designed for those of you who are most likely sitting or working a desk job, or you just have 30 minutes and want to get some movement in where you can. We'll try to focus on legs, so hamstrings and hip flexors, because sitting down all day constricts those places. In addition to that, we'll do some chest and shoulder stuff because computer neck, and that's it. So we're going to try to keep this short so that you guys are in and out relatively quickly. You don't have to spend a hell of a lot of time moving so that you can still feed yourself lunch. But that being said, we are going to be here for at least 30 minutes and just get the blood flowing and wake up the body. So that being said, let's come up to a standing Tadasana at the top of our mat. If you have blocks, and you always practice with blocks, grab them. And that's it. Let's take our shoulders up by your ears for a moment, all the way up, press into your feet, stand tall. And then roll your shoulders down your back. And right away we'll come into a nice engaged Tadasana. So your feet should be hip width apart. And there should be some activation between your shoulder blades right away, just to create a nice opening in your chest, broadening from each point of your collarbones. And take a nice big breath in through your nose. Sigh it out your mouth. And again, like that, inhale. Sigh it out. One more time. Breath in. Sigh it out. All right. Close your mouth. Find your ujjayi breath or your sound breath. And really take a moment to drop in to the here and now. Making a commitment to yourself to really be here and be present. Chances are it will pay off tenfold. And if you're worrying about what's left on your to-do list or what comes next, you're not really giving yourself the time and space you need to recharge. So allow yourself to place any thoughts of to-dos or unfinished business off to the side, knowing that you'll be back to them shortly. Greet your breath. Stand tall in your physical body as you really root down through your feet. Soften the backs of your knees as you lift the quads. And draw your thighs and your ankles towards the midline so you're activating the muscles in your inner thighs. And then press your thighs back. As you press your thighs back, you should feel your butt kind of stick out a little bit. That's good. And now root down through the soles of your feet as you lengthen your tailbone. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. Engage the muscles between your shoulder blades to create space in the front of your heart. And lift and lengthen up through the crown of your head as if someone's picking you up by the base of the skull. Take another big breath in. Breath out. Go ahead and blink your eyes open. As you inhale, stretch your arms all the way out and up, reach tall. And as you exhale, bring your arms right back down alongside your body, chin to chest, drop your shoulders. Again, like that, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, arms by your side. One more time, breath in, reach up. Exhale, arms by your side. In this next part, we're going to draw circles with our elbows. So we're going to take your left elbow, draw a really big circle. And then take your right elbow and draw a really big circle. And you're just going to keep going back and forth. I believe this is a dance warm-up. But it actually feels really nice in the shoulders. You'll start to get some movement in along your waist. So just allow yourself to really move your upper body, but let it be moved by that motion of your shoulder, right? That's following your elbow. Take a couple more. If you want to bring some more movement in, you can start to bend your knees and kind of sway your hips side to side. Get everything all loosened up. Okay, and then release both hands by your side. Inhale, sweep them all the way up one more time. This time as you exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, let your head be heavy. Halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Again, halfway lift, inhale, straighten your legs. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Pause here, place your right hand underneath your face or on a block. Lift your right heel up as you press your left hip back, sweep your left arm up. Press firmly into your right hand as you stretch up through your left. Peel your left ribs back as you draw your navel in towards your spine. Take a really big inhale. And exhale, softly come down. Halfway lift, breath in. And switch sides. Plant your left hand, press your right hip back, lift up your left heel as you stretch your right arm up. See how long and expansive you can get from the bottom of your left hand up through your right fingertips. Engage your shoulder blades, hugging them in towards your spine, and then really press your right hip bone back. Take a big breath in. Exhale and release. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back into your plank pose. Right away, spread your fingers nice and wide. Start to lean forwards and backwards on your hands. And you're just sort of rocking on your feet. I want you to engage your hands here. So you're really rooting down through those big base knuckles, activating the muscles in the hands. So it's a good counterbalance to all that typing a lot of us do, a lot of texting. Okay, now you'll find stillness. So lift your heels high, firm up your quads, press the ground away from you as you draw your belly away from the ground. Stay here for 3 more breaths, lengthening through the top of your head, and press the back of your head up towards the sky. Big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, shift your weight forward and lower all the way down to the ground. Bring your elbows out wide, ground your fingertips underneath your elbows. Then point your elbows up and forward so the heads of your shoulders are pushing towards the ground. Now with an inhale, draw your shoulder blades back, lift your heart just a little bit. Right, so we don't want to crunch the back, but rather pull your heart forward, push down through your thighs and your toenails. Exhale, slowly release it back down. Again, inhale, peel your heart off the ground, soften your shoulders down your back. Pull your fingertips towards your hip bones. Exhale, release. Last time. Inhale as you lift up. This time we'll gaze to the left as you take your right shoulder towards the center of your mat, almost like you're dipping it into the center of your mat. Stick your right elbow out. Come back through to center. And exhale the opposite way. Look to your right. Dip your left shoulder. Good. Inhale. Back to center. Slowly release down to the belly. Interlace your hands behind your back. As you breathe in, lift your head, neck, and shoulders and chest off of the ground. Pull your hands away from your butt and pull your hands back as if someone's pulling you by the wrists. Bring your chin towards your chest so that the back of your neck stays long, and engage your glutes to lift your quads. Squeeze your inner thighs together, bring your ankles to touch. Big inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Take it all the way up and back. Tuck your toes, press it up. You can take a moment to say hello to your hamstrings, right? So bend your knees one at a time if that feels good. Sway out your hips. Okay, and then just find stillness. Release your heels towards the ground. And really work towards pressing into your fingertips so hard that you get longer through your arm bones and through your waist. Then send your thighs back. Now root through your heels as you lift your quads. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, roll your body forward, plank. Shift forward, chaturanga. Up dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. Halfway lift once you get there. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach up, root through your feet, reach tall. Exhale, forward fold, squeeze your belly, squeeze your thighs. Halfway lift, inhale. As you exhale, plant your hands, chaturanga. Your exhale will take you all the way through your low push-up. Upward facing on your inhale. Downward facing on your exhale. Root through your hands, get long through your side body and your arms. Then take your ear over towards your left shoulder as you pull your right shoulder blade down your back. And switch sides. Ear to right shoulder. Pull your left shoulder blade down your back and hug it in towards the midline. And pull your chin all the way in towards your chest. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Halfway lift, get long. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, lead with your heart, strong spine. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant your palms. Step it back. Chaturanga. Up dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Take your right leg all the way up. And you can go ahead and open up that right hip for a moment. I'm going to keep my legs straight, but you're welcome to bend your leg as well. Press your left thigh back as you root through all of your fingertips. Take a big breath in. Hug your front ribs in to get long through your lower back. With your exhale, pull your right knee to your nose, round your spine, step your foot forward. Come right up to your fingertips. Just one time, straighten through your right leg, maybe flex your right toes, pull your heart forward, take a really big breath. Now I want you to lift your left heel higher, pull your chest forward even more, and roll your left hip forward and down. You should feel some sensation in that right hip. Good, and then release. Bend your right knee, lower your left knee to the ground, reach your arms up. Untuck your back toes. Pull your right heel towards you, and then bend your right knee so you'll charge your right knee forward as you take your left hip forward and down. And then really get long through your side waist so your ribs are lifting up away from your hip bones. And then stretch up a little bit further through your left arm so you get really long through the front of your left hip flexor here. Take one more breath in. With an exhale, fingertips to the mat. Pull your hip bones back into a half split. You can roll out your ankle for a moment if that feels good. Maybe point your toes. And then everybody flex your foot. Stick your butt out. So I want you to push your heel into the ground firmly and pull your hip bone back. It's as if you're trying to slide that right foot towards you. Keep flexing your toes towards the ceiling. Take one more big breath. Okay, and then from here, we'll bend back into our right knee. Tuck your left toes under. Ground your left hand to the left side of your mat and lift your left knee up. Point your right toes out to a 45-degree angle to the right, then sweep your right arm up towards the sky. Some of you will roll onto the pinky toe edge of that right foot. That's great. If you can lift the inside edge of your foot, do so, but flex your toes off of the ground. Then keep dialing your left hip bone down. Firm up your left thigh as you pull your right hip back towards the back of your mat and your chest forward. And then peel open through that top arm and top shoulder. Hug your shoulder blades towards the midline. Take a really big breath in. With an exhale, walk both hands past the upper left-hand corner of your mat. Point your right toes forward and dial your left heel down. And you might need to fix that back foot. If your toes are pointing back like mine, just point your left toes slightly forward. Now pull your right hip back again and then slide into your right knee. Maybe inch your fingertips even further forward as you relax your head. And take a couple of big breaths into your legs, and I want you to feel really activated in your right inner thigh. So if you hug your left inner thigh, if you hug your left foot towards your right foot and you take one hand and you feel the inside of your leg, you should feel that it's engaged. Lengthen through your waist with your next breath in. And then walk your hands to the inside of your right foot. You'll stretch your left arm up and pull yourself all the way up into Warrior Two. Yeah, there might be some sensation in that right leg right now. That's good. Squeeze your legs towards one another. Go deeper in your right knee. Reverse your warrior as you inhale. As you exhale, straighten through your right leg. Reach forward. Find your triangle. So right hand will come down to the right shin, maybe a block, maybe the floor. Again, you'll want to hug your shoulder blades in and squeeze your feet towards one another. Then stick your butt out a little bit to find that natural curve in your low back, but then hug belly button to the spine and allow your exhale to fill up your back body with breath. Take one more really big inhale. Big exhale. Bend into your right knee. Find your extended side angle. So sweep your left arm overhead. And if you're someone who likes a really short triangle, you should probably lengthen your stance now so that your right knee lines up directly under or over your right ankle. Press your right shoulder into that inner right thigh if your hand is on the inside. And then peel your ribs open even more. Take a really big breath in. Big breath out. Roll your body between your legs, and you'll pivot on that right foot to bring it parallel with the left wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Again, halfway lift, breathe in. You'll bend your left knee. Place your right hand under your face once you bend your knee. Charge up your inner right thigh, so hug your feet together. Pull your heart forward and then take your left arm up, twisting up to the left. If it feels good, you can lift your left heel and kind of allow that left foot to pivot a little bit. Push through your right hand. Draw your belly in. Take a really big breath. And exhale, straighten through both legs. Walk your hands all the way up to the top of your mat, pivoting your toes to the right. Take your left hand down, right arm up, twisting the opposite direction. Lower your left heel to the ground and step your right foot back into a side plank. Root through your left knuckles. Lift up through your left hip. That's it, and breathe. Get long from hand to hand, you guys. Maybe work towards grounding the left foot on the floor. So really lifting up through your left waist. Take one more breath in. Breath out. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. That'll wake up your legs. Take a big breath in. With an exhale, bend both of your knees. Press your heart towards your ankles to find more space in your chest, and then root through your fingers like you're trying to push your mat away hard. Now pull your ribs away from your thighs. Good. Lift your armpits the slightest bit as you externally rotate your shoulders, and then press your heels towards the ground. Inhale your left leg up. Open up your left hip. Maybe roll out that left foot. Maybe bend your knee. Stay long through your right side, so press your right hip back. Take a big inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your left foot forward. We'll straighten through our left leg to begin, so come to your fingertips, straighten through your leg. Lift your right heel high. Pull your left hip back and stick your butt out as you sort of pull your chest forward. Inhale. Exhale to bend your left knee, lower your right knee to the ground. Anjaneyasana, sweep your arms up. Activate your legs. I know I sound like a broken record in all of my classes, but I can't stress how important this is, you guys, especially if you're flexible, right? And even if you're not flexible, here, the more you engage your legs, the more space you will end up creating, I promise. I know it sounds a little crazy, but it works. All right, so hug your feet towards each other. Press down through your right pinky toe. And then bend your left knee deeper. Keep charging your right hip forward and reach up through your right arm even more. Pull both of your arm bones back by your ears as you hug your navel to spine. Take one more breath in. Exhale, fingertips to the ground. Pull your hips back, straighten your left leg. Maybe roll out your left ankle, point your toes, and then flex your foot. So flex your toes towards the ceiling. Dial your right hip forward. Stick your butt out again as if you're trying to slide your left heel back. Engage your left thigh. Take a really big inhale. Big exhale. Tuck your right toes as you bend your left knee. Take your right hand off to the right side of your mat, and then lift your right knee up as you point your left toes out to a 45-degree angle. You'll stretch your left arm up. If you can, peel the inside edge of your left foot off of the floor. If that doesn't happen, it's okay. Right, you stay here, just keep squeezing your feet together. If you do get the inside edge of your foot off, flex your toes off the ground. Dial your right hip bone down, so keep pressing into your right big toe ball mound as you then hug your feet together. Pull your chest forward, push into your right hand, pull the head of your left shoulder back. So that's this top part of your shoulder right in the front. And you'll hug that back as if you're squeezing your scapulas together. Take a really big inhale to get long. Exhale, pull your left hip back even more. Okay, and then look down. Point your left toes forward, walk your fingertips towards the upper right-hand corner of your mat and dial your right heel down. Again, once it comes down, you'll probably need to lift your toes and point them slightly forward. Bend into your left knee, stick your butt out a little bit as you really walk your fingertips away from you to get long through each side of your waist. Charge up your legs. And breathe out into the sides of your ribs here. Way out so that every breath in you can feel your rib cage expand. Soften through your heart. Okay, and walk your hands back in. Ground your left hand inside your left foot. Reach your right arm up and then let it take you all the way up to warrior two. Just check on your feet heel. You should be about left heel to right arch alignment. Bend deep into your front knee. Lengthen through your tailbone. Reverse your warrior. Breathe in. Straighten through your left leg. Find your triangle. Reach forward and then down. Peel your right hip back and hug your left hip underneath your right. Squeeze your scapulas together. Take one more breath. Bend into your left knee again. If you like a really short triangle, walk your right foot back. If your left hand is inside of your left foot, either on a block or on the ground, press your left shoulder into your left leg. If it's outside, you need to push your leg into your arm. And sweep your right arm overhead. Get as long as you possibly can from the pinky toe side of your right foot all the way through your fingertips. Big breath in. Rotate your ribs towards the sky. Breath out. All right, and then slowly release both hands to the ground, to the inside of your legs. Point your left toes to the right. Come into a wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. And then again, halfway lift, lengthen. Bend into your right knee. Ground your left hand under your face. Sweep your right arm up. Okay, and then lengthen your butt back. Maybe lift your right heel and you can pivot your toes slightly to the right. Squeeze your right shoulder blade down, but reach up through your right fingertips. Bend your right knee deeper. Take a breath in. Breath out. Straighten your right leg. Walk your hands back to the top of your mat. Pivot your feet forward. Ground your right hand. Take your left arm up. Lower your right heel to the right. Step your left leg back, side plank. Lift your heart up really high. Go ahead and then lengthen your chest forward as you push down through the sole of your right foot. And breathe. See how much space you can take up here. Right, just get bigger. Through each hand, through the top of your head, up through your left rib cage. Take a big breath in. Breath out. And plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, shift forward, chaturanga. Up dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Roll forward into plank again. And then slowly lower your whole body onto your belly, your mat. Take your right arm out to the right. Your shoulder will line up with your right elbow and right hand. If you want to take this a little bit deeper, bend your right arm to a cactus arm. So your elbow is still in line with your shoulder, but your hand is up past your elbow. It's at a 90-degree angle. Either way, elbow in line with shoulder. Walk your elbow away from you. Keep the top of your right shoulder grounded as you roll towards your right hip. So you'll look to your left. Let the side of your head just rest on the ground. Allow your left foot to rest behind you. If your foot's floating off of the ground here, you can always just stack your legs if that feels more comfortable. Take 2 more big, spacious breaths. And roll your body back to center. Come right over to the other side, left arm out. So either a straight arm with the head of your shoulder grounded or a bent elbow. Either way, walk your left elbow away from you as you roll to the left. Either stack your right foot on top of your left or step your right leg behind you. Your left temple can rest heavy on the ground, and if it doesn't touch, you can always stick a block or a pillow underneath your head. Inhale. Slowly exhale. Come back to center and make your way back to child's pose. Take your knees nice and wide. And then you can let your arms come all the way forward. If that's really uncomfortable for your shoulders, you can also take your hands and just stack them one on top of the other. Place your forehead on top of your hands. I'm going to do that for my microphone's sake. And we'll just take a couple breaths here. This is basically instead of Shavasana. And I want you just to simply tune in. Allow your breath to steady. Allow your hips to be really heavy. Your forehead to be heavy, your arms to be heavy. And we'll just take a couple breaths, simply practicing the art of being present. You can focus on the sound of your breath. Consciously allow your body to get heavier with every exhale. Let's take 3 more. If your hands are stacked under your forehead, gently stretch them back out in front of you. And we'll all roll forward towards all fours. Tuck your toes, find your down dog. Walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Halfway lift with an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Pause here, bend your knees. Find ragdoll, catching opposite elbows. Take 3 breaths, right? And again, you'll just work towards softening whatever you can soften here, right? So maybe not your legs all the way, but allow your torso to just be gently pulled down by gravity. Allow all the muscles in your face to release. Your elbows to be heavier. Your head can get heavier. Take one more really big breath to expand the backside of your ribs. Full exhale out. Halfway lift. Micro bend your knees, take your hands onto your hips and slowly press into your feet to rise to stand. Once you arrive standing, close your eyes, take your palms together in front of your heart. And just take a moment to acknowledge how you feel. Thank yourself for stepping onto your mat today. It might have been a conversation with yourself, right? And it's not always easy, especially in the middle of your day, to roll out your mat and move your body. And so congratulations for making yourself a priority. And I hope that you really, really do congratulate yourself for that. And with that, let us decide to go through the rest of this day with all the self-love and care, ease and grace. Namaste. Mwah. Good job, you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.